Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 32, day 4. It is August 11th, 2016. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you're interested in attending a live session in the trading room, please feel free to email me, david@tradingfibs.com on Fridays, free Fridays. You're more than welcome to attend. All right, let's jump right into the VIX. Let's see how price moved on the VIX and the accompanying ETF as price action holding in that under 12 number. Range low, still got some room to move that down. Markets are relentlessly pushing up. So holding on to that T350 in decision time, or we could say decision time, is sooner or later we're going to make a move here, but we could chop for some time. We are holding underneath the 5144, giving us the red color background, giving us the downtrend in control right at the T350 underneath. As soon as price action on the VIX breaks above that 12 and breaks above that 50, you're going to see this market sell off. If you are trading, we've been talking about this week, the accompanying ETF, big picture we know is all downside, no question there. As we can see, everything holding under the key moving averages here on the right. That's the bigger time frame, weekly, daily, 4-hour chart, all downside. So we're looking for the intraday. If we believe in any way on any other indicator that ETF is coming down anymore, we look for the splice in through the intraday setup. Again, here on a 100-tick chart, we've really been holding downside for the most part. So a pullback up here, this is what you were looking for, a pullback, and bang, an entry last Wednesday to the downside almost a week ago to keep you in the downtrend. Again, 200, 150, and 100-tick chart have all been downside. So if we're looking for a turnaround in the market, obviously we're going to have a little bit of resistance, but we're going to eventually do that. And so we'll watch each level as price action breaks upside and try to get that early entry on that ETF. All right, let's take a look at daily stats for today for week 32, day 4. Very nice running day. Again, always looking for 1 to 2 solid setups. Again, setup number 3 on the NQ didn't follow through, but nice trending on the YM and ES for a total of 3 markets, 5 setups, 200 ticks there, and bringing our weekly total up. And econ data today, jobless claims decrease in number, and import-export numbers out as well. Again, if you're interested, early morning, getting that little macro insight into the market before your day starts. Great analysis by Kenneth Bolkari. Feel free to click here to read more of his daily newsletter and subscribe so you get that. Talking about wages from yesterday. Smoke and mirror seems to be the ongoing trend here. All right, let's take a look at the charts. Again, across the board, again, numerous 3 setups there, as we'll take a look at these individually. But again, YM with one nice moving trend up there, and ES as well, deciding to leave out the rest of the session. Why these and why? Well, 5 charts in the green, all on the YM. 5 charts over here on the ES, and price action sitting upside. And yep, that's what we're looking for, all the way up to the fib levels. We'll take a look at that, and that was almost good enough to exit as price action dipped underneath on the 5144. So we'll take a look at that. So there it was, trend number 1 for the session to the upside. Nice move on the ES and the YM, giving us entry on the NQ to the upside. Price action above the higher time frames, 50 above 144, and price action upside. If you remember yesterday, we took a look at that chart. Again, I don't have that chart accessible right now, but again, as long as you have as many charts in sync, that's what we're looking for. And here was a nice entry on the NQ. That was pre-market, and there you go. Price action break above the Globex high and ride it up to the fib levels, and as soon as price action broke down, decide to exit out. All right, there's our first setup on the NQ. Take a look at the second setup there on the NQ, trying to make a break above again on the Globex high. Price action upside here after a pullback, as we can see here. Holding above, little bit of sideways action here. This was pre-Euro close. Price action holding upside, T3 moving averages. So again, this move a little bit later, again, this pulled back and then came back upside, and that was the re-entry up here above the Globex high. Big 2 trends there. There was YM. There it is, 50 above 144, holding above the T3 moving averages, giving us 5 out of 5 on the left-hand chart. We are upside, we are upside, 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 giving us 10 out of 10, 100% probability. Again, doesn't mean a guarantee. I just said a probability that price action will continue in trend. I'm not saying how far, I'm just saying in trend, and that's exactly what we got. Again, why I exited on this here, you see in the upper right hand corner, it's a 2-minute chart. If on the 1-minute chart you were looking, you would have seen price action break underneath 144. That was a perfect opportunity. Late day, might as well just exit the trade and just get a piece of the pie. So nice move on the YM. As price action continued to run away, just simply move that stop to break even. Wait for that first counter trend, and that's where it happened, and that's where we exited. Same picture on the ES. Decided to come off at the fib projection level on the ES, handled a little bit differently, as the fib projection on the YM was actually down at, let me go back here, it was actually at 15,560, so much earlier, and decided to let that run upside versus we already had a long run here on the ES. Late day, decide fib projection level was a great level to come out. One contract, as soon as price action started to downturn, exit. Yes, price action did continue to move back upside, but by that point, leave it alone. As we can see here, same picture on the YM as price action came down to the 144 on a 2-minute chart. On a 1-minute, it was down below the 144, so good opportunity to exit that, and that's exactly what happened here. All right, taking a look at the AD line. Here we are, market internals, price action 750. Got to have that on your chart. Nice rebound. How many times? These are 10-minute candles. Several, almost 30 minutes here. Reject, reject, and so price action never really rebounding upside. And you can see once price action held downside, we weren't going to get that surge back up in price action on the indices. Hitting our fib projection levels upside 1, 2, 3. So 3 for 3 across the board. Take a look at the daily gap. Price action again on the crude. Nice move back upside as we talked about yesterday. Possible price migration back upside. We're going to look for the open gap to be closed, and sure enough, there it was, 43.74 in the zone to the high, so we'll go ahead and close that out. The rest of the market still holding at all-time highs. This is fun, guys, but at some point, price action will retreat, and will retreat hard and close out at least these open gaps first. Take a look at the VPOC today. Again, healthy profile on the NQ. I can't say as much for the YM and the ES. A little bit of move upside on the ES. YM will need repair at the highs as really no outlier besides the 70% of trading occurring. Love that VPOC, guys, showing volume versus time. How much was traded at a certain price? Who cares about time? It's price and time, price at a certain given amount. And so that's what your VPOC, plus there's more to learn about, but that's what I'm looking at. Crude, again, a little bit weak on the top. We closed out that open gap. Not a no outlier on the upside. VPOC's up above, but again, we'll need repair at the upper extreme. All right, let's jump right into the daily trend 5-minute charts. As again, we saw the crude, nice move to the upside, breakout. Cam line held not too long, maybe for 5-10 minutes, and then broke out, holding at yesterday's high. And again, on the ES, as we enter into these all-time highs and we don't have anything to rely on is from previous highs in the years before or the month before. We look to the intraday setups on resistance lines. We look to the average high every day, 25-minute open range high as reference points for anything higher, and fib levels as well. So nice way as we reach all-time highs to give yourself upside levels to be aware of. Again, at the end of the day, it's just levels of interest. All right, so average high was the line in the sand here on the ES. Same picture here, settling out at the average high on the YM. Again, a number calculated from the beginning. A lot of sideways action there. Once the breakout of the 25-minute open range and Globex, and as well on the NQ. Again, a couple first moves in the market, holding in around today's gap, and it was pretty much sideways for the rest of the session, kind of quiet. All right, let's jump into the daily trend charts. Take a look at the crude. There it is. The nice sweep upside. That's what you're looking for. That was a nice buy signal. Break above the Globex high. You had yourself at least 4 charts in the red. And to the upside she went, and all the way up. Pull back, re-entry, pull back. Nice, better signal here. Buy signal, a little bit of a piece of the crude action and closing itself out this afternoon. Taking a look at the YM. Price action here as price action on the YM held upside. There was the buy signal upside. Let's get that I've been tweaking around with my Globex. I don't know why I reset there. I'm going to have to go back and look. All right, so Globex pushed above the Globex London session, U.S. session open. Again, we looked at the charts prior. This is pre-market. There was the move of the session on the YM. Buy signal upside, holding above the T350. You got yourself 5 charts in the green. You're holding above the 50 EMA and the T350. So this gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50%. You got a Heikin-Ashi bar 60%, 70%, 80%, and then the other 2 AD line is upside, and price action is holding above the 51.44. You got a 100% probability of continued trend. Beautiful move on the YM. Hold on to it. Anything looks good on a trend. The key is learning how to hold on. NQ a little bit more choppy. Didn't get the rise we were hoping for. Again, early morning session right there. There it was, the nice move. That was the early trend. Waited up for the breakout above the Globex. That was one move. Again, attempted another move here. Stopped out, and third one, 3 ticks on that. So didn't get anywhere very far. Take a look at the ES across the board. ES price action on the ES. Again, nice move upside. Same as the YM as we just talked about. Price action, instead of getting at the first initial setup, wait for the Globex, which was right around the London high here, and then break out above. And that was the entry to the upside. So for the most part, uptrend today. Take a look at the gold. Is gold still sitting to the downside? Sell signal down here, all the way down. 5 charts in the red. Beautiful move on the gold. Here you had another opportunity as price action broke downside. You got at least 3 charts in the red. Not a bad entry. If you wanted to wait for the better setup, I would have waited till here, and that was gold to the downside. So nice move. 60 euro is price action downside, back up, and pretty much chop. Best setup was overnight session, but nothing, no pullback here to bring us back down. So once price action broke up and back down, that was probably right here on the breakout of the T350 and to the downside, the best setup of the day. All right, taking a look ahead as we roll into tomorrow's session. Crude, again, I can't tell you where we're headed tomorrow. I can only tell you what lies ahead and what to be aware of. Crude here, we have a double fib retracement. We have the downside, we have the fib retracement from the upside move, from the draw from the low to the high, and then that's what we see here. Price action came all the way down to almost to 61.8. We do have ourselves a pullback here occurring, so we draw a fib line from up here to down here, which gives us right now, as price action pulls back, we're at about a 38% retracement, and that was the open gap. So looking ahead, what did we see? We saw an open gap close. We talked about it tomorrow. We see now the 144 EMA as a reject. If we're going to see crude at all continue to the upside, we're going to want to see the breakout above the 144 EMA. We're sitting in between the 200 and the 50. So the 50 EMA becomes another level of resistance. Intraday, you want to be ready in both directions. Daily gaps, as far as upside, we got some ways to go to get to the next daily gap. So I'm not looking at daily gaps on the crude. I do have daily gaps to the downside, of course. You can go to the VPOC, watch those levels upside on the VPOC from previous numbers there. I believe we have, nope, wrong chart, guys, right there. VPOC, it's right up here, 44.20 and 44.90. All right, taking a look at the 3 indices as we wrap up here. Still holding about 5,200. Volume a little bit concerned here as we're still holding underneath the average. It is August, holding about 5,200. And we can see here, holding above everything in green across the board. T3 moving averages found support. That's right, we found that support yesterday as price action traded there. Actually, that was 2 days ago. And that was the low level. Took the, if you went off the long from there, that was a great trade. If you were on the short, that was a great point to exit. And that's exactly what we did. But we're back upside. Solid Heikin-Ashi bars reaching all-time highs. It's going to be all over the news. And then people start flooding the market. And then guess what? And then we dump it. Hey, I don't know what we're going to do. All I can tell you is we're still in an uptrend. All right, looking ahead for economic data as we wrap up the week. Again, it was Friday. We got a couple red star events, retail sales, PPI, and then business inventory, consumer sentiment to wrap out the week. Rig count in the afternoon. Hey, guys, as we roll out the weeks, we got just looking ahead. Just keep your open mind here. We got FOMC minutes. That can be a mover. We got some European numbers coming out as well as we head. This is the month. This is the week of the month to look as we head to end of the month, and then start looking at the end of the contract. So start to get those engines revving as this market's eventually going to move. All right, that concludes an insight into the daily trend. Feel free to stop by tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra: one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I have no clue where we're going tomorrow. I can only tell you what lies ahead and what is behind. Woof! I only trade what's in front of me and on my charts every day. I leave my buys at the door when trading. Patience and discipline is what it is about. Hey guys, have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. If you don't know what Blue Zone is, use your favorite search engine, type it in, you'll see what I'm talking about. For the rest of you, have a great day wherever you may be. Good night and good trading to you.